This is Matrixlord 212, and I continue with my reviews of Marvel's Generations, and this one being Marvel's Generations with Thor and Thor. Now, right off the bat, we're going to start with the cover. Now, for anybody that doesn't know on my casts with the Everything Show and some other shows, I have stated that I don't like it that they call my Thor that I knew about when I was a kid and that I read when I started collecting comics and even recently. I don't like them calling him the unworthy Thor. Now, I didn't agree with what happened where he became unworthy. Didn't make sense to me. I wasn't happy with it. While at the same time, I thought it was ingenious to do, and it wasn't done before. I wasn't thrilled with it. I definitely wasn't thrilled that his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend became Thor, because a lot of times we've seen somebody that's going out with the hero and becoming the hero themselves, and I really didn't feel, well, what, the only person that could be worthy of Thor's hammer besides someone who's actually worthy is his girlfriend because she's worthy to be his girlfriend or he's worthy to be her boyfriend, or I don't know, whatever. So I'm not crazy with this whole thing about girlfriend or ex-girlfriends being the mantle that my hero is. But anyway, put that aside. When I see the title, we have The Mighty Thor. Okay, I know from the past, anytime somebody had the power of Thor, they always had an original name. They never took his name because his name was Thor before he even had the hammer. Okay, so he's the first Thor, and he's the original Thor. And when I think of the Mighty Thor, I do not think of her. I think of him. And I think that the biggest mistake is they should have called it the all-new Thor, just like the all-new Wolverine, instead of calling her the Mighty Thor. But that's me. Originally, when they have him called the Unworthy Thor. I'm like, here we go again. They're calling him the Unworthy Thor, just like the comic that he has where he doesn't have the hammer. And I'm going to get into spoiler territory about this comic. So if you don't want to hear, well, let me just put, if you don't want to hear my spoilers, then don't listen to this next part. Okay? So here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right. So basically, he's called the Unworthy Thor here because he is unworthy, but it's not the Thor that we have now. It's a Thor in the past before he got the hammer. He's not worthy. And to me, I'm kind of like divided with this because what I've read was when he was Dr. Donald Blake and, Doctor, and even from the old 60s cartoons that I saw in the 70s, like he's a doctor, he smashes his cane, and then he's Thor. And to me, that's what was my starting point, and that was what the starting point was until they changed things. And then they established, of course, because with the Vikings and stuff like that he's been around for ages and ages as Thor. And I guess when we started seeing him as Thor, it was like sort of the midpoint. But he had adventures before that with an axe and stuff like that, and didn't even have the hammer. So on one hand, I'm pissed, but then on the other hand, I'm like, how could I be pissed? Because, of course, the character's been around for so long. Of course, they had to start somewhere, and he had to be a time when he didn't have the hammer. And again, I like this book because it doesn't shove the new character down our throat like the Generations Hulk does. She's not responsible for changing him at all. She's not responsible for making him worthy. She's not responsible for everything. It's just like she appears at a time. They have a situation in the past. Now, we got to see how Odin is and how we treated Thor, and of course Thor disobeying Odin. We got to see Loki in those early days too. And I don't like when things are retconned, but you can't really say it's a retcon because there is a history of Thor being around with the Vikings. So again, if you're talking he's around for thousands of years, there's going to be history, and there's going to be stuff that we don't know. So while I don't agree with the way Loki looked, and because he doesn't look like Loki at all, the interesting fact that I saw here was the appearance of Apocalypse from Egypt, and I'm like, well, it would make sense to put him in there because somebody had to defeat him where he didn't take over the earth back then. So that I let go because I'm like, all right, you know what? That's believable that he's the threat. What I kind of am like totally torn, and I don't even know what. It's kind of hard. It's like my opinion of the end, and here's the end. Of course, Thor is still not worthy of the hammer yet. He was able to lift it a little bit, but what I really don't like about the end was the fact that Odin had a romance with the Phoenix Force. And I'm like, oh no, please don't tell us that the Phoenix is the mother of Thor. Because that would be like, but they didn't say that, but they sort of showed a picture of Odin with Mjolnir, I can't say the name right, the hammer, being the original owner of the hammer. And that time when they were young and the Phoenix was young and they had a romance, they had a fling. She was a bride, I guess, way back in the past. So I know that they're pushing this 16 million BC agenda. I kind of was hoping they wouldn't use generations to do that because, we want to read about just the Thors together, not this agenda. And it's not an agenda like it's been an agenda. I mean, I am open-minded to things. I do have a problem with change sometimes, but then sometimes I'm okay with change. And I'm going to say overall that the book was appealing to me about the character of Jane Foster as Thor. And I'm going to say that I'm a little bit intrigued by her and the way she is. So that intriguement, that spark that's in me, that interest, may cause me to pursue that interest and read about her adventures as Thor. So I guess I'm saying that, me being open-minded, I'm going to start to read her adventures, I guess, which I never thought I was going to. I guess you're successful, Mr. Jason Aaron, in spiking interest in me to read about Jane Foster's Thor. Okay. And I guess that's the goal, right? When you create a comic book, is to get you introduced into the characters so you would want to read about them more and want to see what makes them tick and stuff like that. So, okay. I guess I am going to say that this is a good book. Happy with it. It was actually better than good. It was kind of great, actually. I'm going to say it's great. And I didn't realize, now I'm looking at it because I got the variant cover. Now I'm pissed because I want to have the real cover. So I'm going to have to go now and go buy the real cover right now. Get the polo shirt ready. I'm going to head over. All right. So again, great book. Pick it up. And it's, Generations to Thunder, which has to do with the Mighty Thor, and My Thor, which is the original Mighty Thor, but he's called the Unworthy Thor. All right, guys. And that's going to be it for that. So I'm going to do that now. If you want more videos, single video reviews of comics, or me just talking about the news, or all kinds of stuff, you want to know where Matrixlord is coming from. If you crave and miss the way I used to do things like this, interaction with my audience and subscribers and non-subscribers and stuff like that, and you want to know what I have to say like I used to with my good old-fashioned headphones, just one-on-one like this, let me know. Leave a comment below. Please like my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Please support my friends, their channels, anybody you see on the Real Houdini's Cast, Everything Show. Try to seek them out, try to find their channel, try to like and subscribe to their stuff and their videos. And that's going to be it for today. So, all right, 2 in a row. 2 great books in a row. All right, guys. Have a great day. Take care. Bye for now.